welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is KK. I'm documenting the process on me becoming a loan signing agent. This video is going to be about me studying my loan docs and what I'm doing in order to get that drilled in my head. First, I just wanted to recommend this book. It's Sign and Thrive by Bill Soroka. Basically, it goes over his 5-phase Sign and Thrive system. Currently, I am on phase 3, the document, etiquette, and process training. I have been getting feedback on the order in which I'm completing my loan signing agent journey by getting certified and all credentialed up prior to learning the loan docs, but by the book it makes sense. There is a method to my madness. Basically, Bill Soroka, the author, confirmed it in this book along with his 5-phase Sign and Thrive system. He does have a companion course to go along with this book. I'll have all his information linked below, but go ahead and buy the book. Basically, you can get it a few different places. I got mine from Amazon, and I'll link that below too. So yep. So I just finished the book, but this isn't the type of book that you just read one time and you put it down. You basically use it like a reference guide pertaining on whatever phase you're on. It will give you the areas that you need to focus on and basically different tasks in order to be successful during that phase. But yeah, this video is just going to be showing how I go through and how I'm studying everything. So the first thing and the first step I do is I will go through an initial review of my study material. If you're not sure what these packets are, I'll link my last video up top, but basically this is what I have. They're different courses and they have all the loan doc and explain the loan docs. There's scripts in here. There's a whole lot. So basically step one, what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll read the material. If you're going through a webinar, you would watch the webinar. I'm going to make flashcards. So that's why I showed you that there. There are different learning styles. This is just what works for me. So let me go ahead and say that and get it out the way. This is what works for me. Everybody learns different. So I would definitely suggest you figure out which is your learning style and tailor how you study and how you're learning these docs and how you learn anything basically. Tailor that to your learning style so you can get the max retention out of what you do. So what I'll do for step one is I'll go through the material and I'll figure out what is important and what I need to highlight and remember, because I'm going to be making my own study guide or my own reference guide from this material. So I'll go through it and I will write my own outline. Basically, I'm just showing you here. This is chicken scratch. This is a rough draft, so you can make as many notes, scratch out as whatever you need to. This is just the second step. This is not going to be the final copy, so just jot down everything that you want to include. And next I will go through my chicken scratch and my rough copy and I'll make a final copy. I'll make sure that everything is neat. There are no mistakes. If I get all the way to the bottom and I make a mistake, I will crumple up the paper and start on a whole new paper, because it's something about writing the information down that makes it soak in my memory. So I just feel like repetition, the more times I write it down instead of crossing it out, I'll just start again, and that's just another wave of it being seared into my brain. I don't know, that's just what works for me. So I'll go through and I'll basically make my notes from the first, or my rough draft. I'll go through it, I'll make it super neat and legible, and I'll make it so that if anybody picked this up, they would understand what they were reading and it would be super clear and they would be able to understand it. I also make sure that I use pen for this and not pencil, just so that is another, it stops me from wanting to erase it. And instead of writing over, I'll try to take the cheat route and just erase it instead of writing it again. You can't erase pen, so I do this step in pen. So then what I'll do next is, after I'm done writing everything clear and there's no mistakes and it's legible and neat, I'll go through with different colored markers and colored pencils and I'll highlight the different areas of the outline or of the study guide. So like all of my headers will be one color, all my bulletin points will be a different color. The script will be a different color. Anything that will help stick out in that section and make it easy to read and navigate through the information, I'll go ahead and do that. And again, just writing down this repetition helps me memorize. I've been studying like this probably since middle school, and it does help. Like if I'm doing definitions and it's time for me to recall the definition, I will actually see in my mind my notes with different colors, and this just helps. So if you have the same learning style as me, try doing this. It definitely does help memorize and retain all this information. Doing my notes this way and making an outline makes it super easy for you to translate all of this into flashcards, and that's what I'll be doing next. So I make a study guide or a reference guide, and I then take that and make them into flashcards, which again, that's just helpful for my learning style, and the repetition really helps a lot. So if you're similar, I'd suggest you do that. Of course, you need a little snacky break, a little shine to keep your brain going. I got a little grilled cheese, a little chicken wing, a little Fanta. My boyfriend made this, so it was extra good. I'm actually not sure why the clip is still in there. But anyways, after you make your neat, nice notes, I put them into these plastic page protectors, and I will put them in a 3-ring binder. You can see the crazy difference between my rough draft and the completed draft. So that's what this is, just showing the contrast between the two. And this is how my 3-ring binder looks after I made my own notes and my own study guide. As you can see, it's all color coordinated, and the bulletin board or the bulletin points really help make it easy to navigate and remember. So easy to study. This is a lot easier than reading through all of those printed packets. Like I condensed all those packets into my own study guide using my own words so that I can remember it, and I don't get to assigning and get to the table and not know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, that's not going to happen. And that's what's going to make me confident, is because I know the material. This is just a better look, just a closer look at the pages, the notes. You can see I really have everything broken down, and it's super easy to read, super legible. My pages are falling, but you can see like super clear. It's really clear enough that you could even pause this video and copy the notes, especially when I get to the flashcards. Like, you could stop and pause and see all the different docs that you could study for yourself. I will have a link below to one of Shauna's videos that does give you like a loan doc cheat sheet that you could print out or that you could copy, so that you could copy the loan docs and have at least all the names of them so you could copy them for yourself. Here I'm going to be starting my flashcards. So right here I am using a different color for all the riders. So that's what I started off doing, is doing the rider docs. So I have 3 different type of flashcards. One of my flashcards, or 3 different sets, I should say. So the first set briefly describes the loan doc. The second type of flashcard is instructions of the docs, so where it's like, sign here, notarize here, does this doc need to be initial, dated? It gives the actual instructions of what you need to do. And the third type is a script for the documents, and that's basically verbatim, word for word, what you want to be saying at the signing to the borrower. And of course, I have everything color coordinated so that I can keep them organized. I know what type I'm studying at the time. And then if I want to get jazzy, I can shuffle them up and say, just try to give a little challenge to my brain. But again, all of this is for repetition so that you memorize it and we can have max retention so that we're not sitting at the table and sounding like we don't know what the hell we're talking about, because one way or the other, learning style, whatever learning style you have, this information is stuff that you need to know and familiarize yourself with so that you can be knowledgeable on what you're actually doing, period. I was really struggling to get this clip. Like, for some reason, the angle, my tripod, it wasn't doing it. So I was really trying to have to ghetto rig these clips, y'all. So just bear with your good sense, y'all. Just bear with me. Prince wanted to say hi, y'all. The puppy, he getting so big. Look at him, he's so cute. He bad though. As bad as ever. But yeah, I'm still just showing y'all me doing the flashcards. This is the part I was talking about where I said you really could pause this just to figure out what docs that you know that you need to study. But these are some of my finished flashcards. I'm just running through them real quick. But this is how I study, y'all. I make my own study guide. I go through the material at first, and then I make a rough draft. Then I make a final draft. I color coordinate everything just to give me extra repetition. And that is my study guide. And from my study guide, I pull the information and condense it even more into flashcards. So you can take those anywhere, wrap a rubber band around them, and you can study at any time. So yeah, that's how I study. I hope that y'all got something out of this video. I will be back with another video about making badges. So like always, love yourself, pray to God, peace.